Hey out there, if you're wondering what to do if you suspect you've got rodents under the hood of your car, and you see this car's got a lot of miles on it, 227,302 miles, but actually it's got more. That instrument panel was sent out to be repaired, and in the interim I put on about 750 miles, so it's got over 228,000 miles on it. But I take really good care of stuff. It's never gone more than 4,000 miles without changing the oil, and I keep it tuned up. I figure if you're halfway satisfied with the car you get, then you take care of it and you keep it. I've got a 1977 GMC van that's very reliable, 40 years old, but it basically runs like new, and this car does as well. I got this car at 19,000 miles in 2001. But I recently started going through just a barrage of different problems, issues with this car. It was making me crazy, like Chevy made a piece of junk. I thought I got a lemon. You think the Impala has a decent name, and if Chevy's going to make sure they build a decent product, it's going to be in their Impalas. But that was my thinking in getting this car and hanging on to it. But it is pretty good, and what happened recently was not General Motors' fault, Chevy's fault. It was rodents, okay? And they chewed some wires. And what they do when they chew wires is they reduce the voltage flow. So something malfunctions. Any one sensor malfunctioning causes a computer to malfunction. And it's going to cause a faulty air-fuel mixture going into the vehicle, and that means the exhaust gas coming out, and so the computer whacks out, and no telling what the symptoms are going to be for you. But this thing just felt really weak. It didn't start. They used start up. You're not supposed to give a fuel-injected car gas like the carbureted vehicles. I have to pump the accelerator in my old van because it's got a carburetor. But these things are supposed to start. So it stopped doing that. And I was like, what in the hell? I had to give a gasket runner. It still ran pretty good. But like I said, it's just one of those things that makes you kind of nuts. It was very stressful. I did a lot of the work myself, replacing emissions parts. Some of them were good that I replaced, like the secondary air injection pump. But beyond that, I'm not sure I needed to replace anything, really. But I did anyhow, trying to find out what was wrong. My advice is take it to the dealer. That's it. I say, look, pay them the exorbitant fee they charge, and for diagnosing it, and you're going to save yourself in the long run. It's going to save you. So that's the best advice I could give anybody, is if you do start having issues like I did, and I just could not get to the bottom of it. It was making me nuts and stressing me, because I knew I took good care of this car. I knew the engine is strong, high compression, and so it was a real bummer for me. But anyhow, back to rodents. I watched at least a dozen videos on YouTube on this issue, and they ranged anywhere from putting mothballs all over the place, to peppermint oil, to poison, to electronic contraptions, gadgets that don't work, generally speaking. What I came up with, my own idea here, and I think it's the best, is just a mouse trap. I'm pretty sure I got mice and it's not rats. If this thing gets triggered and doesn't catch anything, then I'm putting in a rat trap. But I just put self-adhesive Velcro on the bottom of the trap, and the other end on top of the battery. It's nice and neat, out of the way. It's safe. When I put the hood down, it doesn't bother it. And driving doesn't bother it. It hasn't triggered during driving. That was a concern. But it hasn't been affected, so far so good. If I catch anything, maybe I'll make another video. But in the meantime, I know if they get under this hood, because they're going under the hood of your car because it's warm after your engine cools a little bit, and so they try to make a nest. Here they've torn up this. You see this, the liner, this insulation. They've torn the outer part a little bit here, trying to make their nest. It still works, so I'm not too worried about it. But you see what they can do, and just the nightmare they put me through with this wiring issue. And You know, the vehicle malfunctioning, it's been making me nuts. Check engine light, the whole bit, you know. So if I can save somebody that pain in the rump, then good, you know. But this is the chosen method I'm using, employing, and I wish you luck in preventing it in the first place, because it's a pain. So a stitch in time saves nine, like they say, right?